See ya, pumpkin spice. Get out of here. Hello, gingerbread. Home bakers are facing off for $50,000 in an all-new competition show, Baked with Love Holiday on Hallmark Channel. Our producer Colleen caught up with the host and some of the judges. Take a look at this sweet interview.
I cannot wait to talk about Baked with Love. Tamera, I want to start with the hostess with the mostest. You just might have the best hosting job in the world. Tell me all about it. And then the most important question, do you get to sample the desserts?
Oh my goodness. I think I do have one of the best jobs in the world. I remember I was on The View a few years back and they were like, what's your dream job? And I literally said, I would love to host a baking show. Right. And I remember Joy is like, really? That's your like, yes, because I personally love to cook and bake and most importantly, taste the bakes. And yes, I did get a chance to taste some of the bakes on this show. And let me tell you, wow, they are home bakers, but that to me, that doesn't mean that they weren't professional. They were professional home bakers, I'll say that. They were so good. And I think it's because they were from family recipes that were passed down, but also there was just a lot of warmth and love into those bakes, and you can taste it with every ounce of it.
Vaughn, I want to get to you, the judging. I mean, obviously the secret ingredient of love is in every bake, but tell me more about what you were looking for in this competition.
Well, I think as the weeks went on, we were really looking for the contestants to grow and implement feedback. I think from the beginning, we were looking for, you know, their story. I think that was honestly one of the big components for what we were scoring on, if we could say scoring. Like, we wanted to see that these pairs had a story to tell, and what was the story of their family or their relationship, and how was that shining through in everything that we baked. And then as the weeks went on, like, you know, how were they getting more confidence in the kitchen? Like, what were they doing different from the previous week that we gave feedback on? And I think that was a big overarching thing that Anna and I were both looking for, was like, you know, they started off strong, but have they actually grown throughout this competition?
I love that. That's amazing. But yeah, Anna, I want to bring you in the conversation. Tell me a little bit more about the judging from your perspective. What was that like?
I mean, it was incredible because, you know, we got to know these people through their stories of their food. And, you know, some of them made really big mistakes. And, you know, they then later on in the competition remade mistakes, and they were incredible. And that for me is about resilience and strength. You know, we didn't just want them to come on to a baking competition and just do pretty little things. We wanted big showstoppers. We wanted to see like ambition and drive and love and, you know, get that real Christmas atmosphere every mouthful that we took. So it was a big ask. You know, this was not for the faint-hearted. Like, everybody who was involved, it mattered to them. I felt it. Obviously, there's this incredible prize of $50,000, but I feel it mattered. It was more than just winning. It was telling their story, like expressing their skill. It was, yeah, as a judge, it was, and I'll be honest with you, at times it was a pure joy, and then other times it was a nightmare because somebody had to go. You know?
And I know we're short on time, but real quick, I want to know, what's your guys' favorite thing to bake at home? Vaughn, starting with you.
Oh, during the holidays, it's got to be cookies. I usually make cookie boxes and hand them out to my neighbors, my laundry people, and then I'll like go home to North Carolina and I'll make them all over again.
Oh, what kind?
Oh, everything.
Everything. Ooh,
from
assortment.
Decorated to shortbread to soft, you know.
I want to be on that
chips.
list.
Yeah. Oh, you are. You are.
I would say cookies too. I love baking sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I was inspired by this show actually, from all these amazing home bakers. I want to elevate my cookies, like add some nuts in there, get a little bit more decorative.
Play with form.
Yes. I'll play with form. I love that.
Anna, what about you?
I bake a lot. I and my little 4-year-old son loves baking with me, so I do a lot of versions of banana bread where I add lots of spices to it, and sometimes I'll add like sweet potato to it. But definitely, I think cheesecake, my mother's cheesecake has got to be like, I mean, it's such a little showstopper. She made it up herself, like it's a real family classic. So yeah, but I love baking all the time.
I love it. Well, my mouth is watering, so it's time for me to go watch Baked with Love. But thank you guys so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Baked with Love Holiday premieres tonight on the Hallmark Channel. For more, just check out hallmarkchannel.com.